Welcome to Awful Creepypasta. And guess what we're doing today? A Jeff pasta that has not been deleted.
It's close though, it's pending deletion.
Yes, it is. But it has not been deleted from the Creepypasta wiki. This creepypasta is called Pain and Sorrow. We slowly walked to her, our axes bleeding, and our hair knotted and tangled with guts dripping.
Go away! Ah, go away! Go away! Help! Go away!
Yo, the girl?
Someone call the cops! Go away! I can't do it.
Haven't you heard? We said with our blood tears rolling down our cheeks. The bloody screams in the air. As we were plugging our axes in her thick skull, we heard a Feisco laugh behind our backs and a heavy breath. Against our gold next. We turned around with our bleeding axes in hand, seeing a man wearing a pearl white hoodie and black dress pants, with a carved smile and burnt eyelids.
Oh boy.
I see you freaks toke my victim, said the man.
So, we were here first.
I say, having a death look in my eyes. The name's Jeff. Yours?
Sorrow, that's my twin. Pain, yes, quite.
Oh, yes. I say, losing my death look. Hey, she says, shyly waving. Wait, said Jeff. I don't make friends until I have a fight and learn the story. Jeff slowly pulls out his knife full of blood of the innocents. As I see what we're fighting, me and Pain take out our bloody axes.
Oh.
Jeff charges at us with his shining knife. In a blink of an eye, I'm pinned
In a blink
against the wall as Pain is crawling out of the window.
Wait. In a blink, in a eye.
In a blink, in an eye.
What? I'm pinned down against.
Yeah, against the window as Pain is crawling out the window. Me and Jeff spend almost an hour stare at each other right in the eyes. In a second or two, I grab Jeff's black. I grab Jeff's black, filthy hair and headbutt her, and headbutt him, leaving a burst on his head.
Those bursts.
This is the worst one we've done so far.
Making Jeff fall to the floor, I'm about to plug my axe in his head like an icon.
When I'm hit with a word Jeff said earlier. Wait. I say.
Did you just say fight, and then I tell you my story?
Yes! Jeff moans. What about it?
You had a sore voice. So I was like, how about I tell you my story first? And then fight. I say.
Deal!
He says it again.
Deal! Moans Jeff.
Here goes nothing. I sighed.
The Halls family Jeff moved to Washington State from New York City. Their dad got a job as a doctor at Troubled Waters Mental Care, and their mom just got a job as a lawyer. Most at the time, Sandy, Lila, and Evil are mostly home alone. But one night that changed. Lightning cracked the ground. Rain pounding the ground. And thunder shook the ground. Sandy and Lily were watching their fav show, iCarly. While Eva was eating dinner with the mom and dad at work, she heard a big crash up the stairs. Hearing glass break, she warned her sisters.
New paragraph?
New paragraph. Lily, Sandy, I heard a crash upstairs. It sounded like glass breaking, yelled Eva. Let me see, said Sandy. Sandy and Eva dashed upstairs like a bat out of hell to see what happened.
Kill her. You don't need her.
Said a voice in Sandy's mind. Eva, look in the room. I'll look in the bathroom, Sandy said, smiling. Eva went looking in the rooms. Sandy went in the bathroom where a knife kept in place, and she slowly digged in her own skin, leaving holes in herself. Bleeding, she poured acid and Atchel in her eyes. Darn Atchel.
Atchel.
Which made her eyes water, then slowly bleed. The acid made her blonde, smooth hair into shaggy, gray tangle hair. That's not what it does.
I checked. Sandy, what did you do with it?
Haven't you heard? The voice is in my head now. And Sandy pulled a knife with her own gut on the weapon.
Stab her to death. Murder her. Eat her guts,
said the voice. Sandy chopped Eva up. Ah! Screamed Eva as she fell to the ground. For a while, Eva's soul withered into Sandy's soul, making them the same person.
Sandy knew what happened and cried.
Yeah, Sandy knew what happened and cried, which made her cry blood. Sorrow arrived. Sorrow stopped crying, realized what she has become, and looked at Eva's body and walked to her body, chewing at her body and guts. Part 2 coming soon! Categories, delete now. Now let's refresh it.
Is it gone? No!
This is my favorite story we've ever read. So this story is called Happy Faces.
It's not gonna make
Okay.
me happy. ...
I have to post this fast. I'm not sure how much time I have left. I've been seeing these horrible things lately. They're called creepypastas. Horrible being the simplest of words I can use to describe these awful things. He's following me.
The reason...
And I know there's no point in denying it. Gosh, I can't take it anymore.
Gosh, I can't
All I
take
can
it anymore. Yes.
All I can see is that face, that horrible, horrible face. ...
Yeah,
This story needs to be on the internet for the whole world to see. This is a warning
And
for
for
everyone,
one person
young
to
and
read it.
old. I spread caution to not frown or cry, show any emotions towards sadness whatsoever. This is all true. ...
There's 4 that.
Let me start from the beginning. It was a typical Saturday. Happy it was finally my birthday and I intended to celebrate for the first time in years.
You just, like on your birthday, you just...
I don't want to celebrate.
I just want to sit in the room.
I've been almost nothing but happy my entire life, always smiling with glee and prosperity of a new day. My father, before his untimely death, had always told me not to be sad.
You were never sad because
That's
your
how I'm
father
proud.
said never. Like,
Hold on.
Ugh.
I'm gonna read that one more time. But I gotta take a deep breath. I've been almost nothing but happy my entire life, always smiling with glee and prosperity of a new day. My father, before his untimely death, had
always told me not to be sad. There you go. We got through that sentence.
Whenever I was glum from either scraping my knee or sad out of disappointment, he would always be the first to cheer me up. And after a while, I found ways to make myself smile. Never would I let myself hear sad and dreary. I hated the feeling that way, and so did my dad. He would always say, "Don't be sad or I'll get sad," and then he'd get sad. My dad was super religious, so when he could, he would add the third person in the sadness quote.
What?
I always thought it met God. God walked in. I was horribly mistaken.
You thought it met God. Like, when you're
Hey,
happy, when you're happy, you're just like, "Hey, God."
What's
and walks-
up?
Walks into your side.
I was horribly mistaken. So it was 3 days before my birthday, and I couldn't be more excited. Happy as ever, I strolled down to a local store that sells video games.
Oh, have we heard this before?
Oh gosh! And I was in the market for the new Legend of Zelda.
Which isn't that good.
in capital. No, it's not.
Well, unless it's a
I had
Link
gotten
World.
all of the things needed
That's
to
supposed to
play
be
it,
good.
and I worked forever to get a Wii, and I was anticipating playing it.
Oh, yeah. It's
I went to the
Sword.
clerk only to hear that the game was no longer up for sale in the store. I felt a bit it's new though. Maybe he was like, "Can I get the first
Well,
NES
Link Between
one?"
Worlds is technically new, but this is Wii.
I felt a bit
Yeah.
distraught, but just ignored it and left. It was just then when I did that I felt the strange feeling of being watched, but not from any physical distance. Mental distance.
Mental.
I just discarded the thought
Figurative
and continued to walk that night when I went to sleep, only to wake up because I saw my only...
To wake up.
Okay, I discarded the thought and continued to walk that night when I went to sleep, only to wake up screaming, and I had absolutely no idea
Wait,
why.
you continued to walk that night?
I looked left and
Walk.
right, and as I got out of bed to get a glass of water, I went into the bathroom and turned on the faucet. It creaked and groaned, but eventually let out a disgusting, rusted liquid.
It was blood.
I dropped the glass
And then walked back to my room.
and then walked back to my room.
Yeah.
I lay down and tried to sleep, but things weren't going my way. Then a frown came about my face, and I heard a rustling in my room like someone had made their way to the side of my bed. I shut my eyes tight and laughed at myself for thinking something so foolish as I did it stopped. ... I woke up on my birthday thinking it would be a good day. I texted my girlfriend, happy as ever. She wrote back, but not in her usually smiley-faced emoticon, heart-filled way. I asked if anything was wrong. She said how we weren't compatible and all that bullshit, but then she brutally dumped me. That was like a 4-line long sentence.
But what was up? Like I heard something creep into my room. I woke up on my birthday.
I wanted to cry. That was over 7 months and over $456 down the drain. That is tough.
Whoa.
That's rough, man.
Whoa.
I've dated her for 7 months and spent $456 on her! Ah!
She probably spent, like... She got you, like, something at a dollar store.
As I was nearly in tears, I had the feeling again that someone was watching me, but it was closer this time, as if right behind me.
Right behind.
I heard a faint sound much like a whisper, and it said, "Don't be sad," but not in a comforting way, but more like in a madman, ghostly, choked up sort of way that set chills down my spine and made my blood run cold. Then I passed out. I woke up in my room again at night, but there was something off. I got that feeling again.
Oh.
I got that feeling again, and in horrible fear I began to cry.
Slight tugging pain.
That's when I saw the silhouette at the foot of my bed. It was like a small mat hanging on a string. That's terrifying. I touched it and found it was a haunted shopping list. I touched it and found it very familiar. It had 3 holes in it, 2 at the top and 1 at the base. It was a haunted shopping list. I then reached down to scratch my arm and felt something that nearly gave me a heart attack out of fear. My arm felt exactly like the mat dot. I looked closer, illuminating it with my phone to find it was a human face. But the scary part was it was tied into a huge smile, just like...
Yeah, Illuminati.
I crawled backwards and bumped into another. I looked around and realized my whole room was filled with faces, all of them tied into a smile and peeled off. That's when I saw him. An 8-foot-tall man in a An 8-foot-tall man in a trench coat standing at the foot of my bed.
Wait, how tall is he?
I let out a scream of horror, but nothing came out. I was horribly distressed at this point. I started to cry, and it stayed in that same voice. No! If you cry, I'll cry. I then asked, why do you do this to so many people? And what he said
how do you know?
Was something I'll never forget. Because they made me sad. If those of you who are reading this don't believe me, I pray that one day you might for all of you, and please never show a frown, because he will find you like he found me, so never make him cry. Categories: beings and mental illness.
Mental illness?
There's the phone. So I'm going to go check that phone, and I'm also going to stop this video because this is pretty funny. I actually... Here.
Wait, there's a comment.
I'll let Christian talk about it.
I think there's a comment. Let me see. There's 2 comments. Used by Ruff K. Malley, who posted it 17 hours ago. He said, "These urgent pastas bug me because they are overly used and just dragged out, so it isn't creepy anymore and are just predictable." And then there's another comment by the same guy, and it says, "So-so." Well, the main reason it's bad is because it doesn't make sense. Like, so this guy is, when he's talking about his father, he's like, and then the guy says the exact same thing later in the story.
Yeah.
Like, what does that even, why did you even talk about your father?
It literally means
like,
nothing.
What does that have to do with so much smiling?
Nothing.
And lastly, if you're sad, this guy says, basically, you can, it's so stupid, and it can be, and because no creepypastas on this wiki are real, I doubt it.
No.
None.
Like,
there might be one historically based one.
Yeah.
But, like, it's so easy, because just frown. Frown right now. You're watching this video, you're listening to, I don't know what you're doing. Just frown right now. Okay? Are you frowning? Are you sad?
Yes.
Okay. Then he hasn't found you. He's not going to find you.
No.
Like, it's just so easily proven correct. It just doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. I
really
can't say
dumb.
anything.
It's really
That's it.
Yeah.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else. Oh yeah, a lot of these sentences go on forever
Yeah.
about it.
It's really stupid, Christian. But yeah, do you want to do the closing remarks?
Well, that was awful creepypastas. Very bad. Thank you for listening. And comment, like, subscribe. I said it in the wrong order. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to.
Ooh.
If
You
you
shook it
enjoyed
up.
this video, just voice your opinion. And thank you for watching.
Bye-bye. Thank you for watching this video. Like my brother said, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever it is you do on these here YouTubes. And yeah, so if you enjoyed the show, tell us. If you didn't enjoy the show, tell us. Give us suggestions of what you want us to read next. And, until then, we're just going to find our own. But we really want to hear your opinion. We want to hear what you want. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So, once again, I stopped saying it in this part, but this was inspired by Michael Lara / Jacob Sherwood. And this is kind of like a spin-off to the show. So if you want, I'll try to get guests from that show on this one. I probably can at some point. But other than that, yeah. So this has been Awful Creepypasta. Have a good day.